you talked about at the beginning. So I'm going to be a little bit in between everybody here. There's I follow a guy that seems to me like a great speaker, well organized, and one from somebody that's not got a piece of paper. I'm a non-piece of paper person. I've already lost 2 rounds on this. I told my wife before I knew how this was going to work that she was not going to get me in a tie. I've been out of a tie for about 12 or 13 years, and I would not give a speech. So I lost both of those rounds. So all of these coaches that are talking about the wives, I understand what you're talking about. They support us unbelievably, and probably at different times wonder what that crazy fool is thinking while they're supporting us. And we have to be so thankful to them. Thank you to the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association. What an honor. And how humbling it is to all of us to stand up here before groups of parents and groups of family and be so thankful, because we all know that a little different route. I had an old coach tell me one time, I say old coach, and I see Coach Stanfield sitting here, John Brown University graduate. Coach Haynes, who I played for at John Brown, told me when I went to look for a job, he says, all schools will eventually have good athletes. Not all schools will eventually have good parents. And that's kind of a crazy statement to sound like, but when you come, he always said, when you go look for a job, he said, go find a school, talk to some of the parents, talk to the administration, ex-coaches. If you have good parents, you will eventually have good basketball teams. And how true that is. And I'm really honored today to have a set of parents here that furnished me with a lot of wins, with 3 sons, by the way. That's Daryl and Diane Smith, and real proud to call them parents of awfully good kids and good friends also. But got to be difficult as a parent. Got to be difficult as a parent, sitting up there watching some almost lunatic at times rant and rave at your child and grab and all that kind of stuff. And it's we've got to give them a lot of compliments, especially those parents maybe that their child was that 8th or 9th or 10th man on the squad. And I think the one thing we as coaches always have to remember to do is remember that's someone's child that is playing for us. And I think because you're all in the Hall of Fame now, I know you all recognize that. Second, past coaches. I was honored and privileged to play for, and some of you will know these names, gentleman by the name of Mitch Haskins, played for Mitch, Gary Garner, another one who had a large influence on my life, Bill Haynes from John Brown University, and then coached a lot of years at Wheaton. And then all the other coaches that we would go see. I can remember, he would never know it, going to watch Coach Stanfield's teams play. And Coach Stanfield knows who I am. We're not friends or buddies, but sneaking in the gym watching his teams play to try to figure out some things to help us get better. Coach Denny Hunt, some of his teams, watching them play, something to help us get better. And so it was not, all of us are thieves. We steal what other coaches do. And there's very few coaches out there that are real innovative and make up new things. And we have to give a lot of kudos, a lot of credit to past coaches, to older coaches that made life a lot easier for us. Thankful to ex-players, my gosh. I think Coach just said we wouldn't be very far here without good players. And I've got 2 ex-players here that nominated me for this, and I'm real appreciative of that, and real appreciative of what they did for me while they were playing. And I'll introduce them. That's Rusty McDermott and Tyler Smith is their names. And a little story about Rusty real quick before we go on. Never would get out and play with the kids very much. Just didn't do that. And but just towards the end of my coaching career, somewhere towards the end of it, Rusty talked me into playing one-on-one with him. And by the way, I think the score was 10-1 in my favor. He will lie and say he won that game. Not true. I won that game, and I'll go to my grave telling that story right there and sending that message. Very thankful to my wife. She reminded me just a couple of weeks ago, I made a foolish decision, and she said, I've got your back. And very thankful because they do. They take care of a lot of stuff while we're spending a lot of times elsewhere. Thank you, Missouri Coaches Basketball Association. I mean, what a great organization. for us to have been in. It's been a long time since I've been in it, but what a great organization, does a lot for kids. And thank everyone here, and most importantly, and I told my wife when I ran out of something to say, I'd say I thank God, and what a privilege to be a part of the Missouri basketball family, and that includes students, parents, coaches, administrators. Don't anybody throw anything at me. But what a pleasure. Thank you, and God bless you, and what a great country we have to live in.